Hello and welcome back to Soul Spa University, Halloween edition. So today's topic is Squid Games, and I don't even know why. To be honest, a week or so ago, finally I succumbed to, what the is this shit, right? So I start researching into it, and as an empath, I'm just like, is going on? Like, was this game made in hell? Like, what is this, right? And I'm super involved in the research of it, and I'm super involved in the reading of it, and I'm just like, oh my god, it was hard to not go throw up as an empath. And I will review more of what made me feel that way later in this podcast. But for some reason, I felt, why do I feel like, why do I, as I'm in the depths and the intensity of everything, and like, I'm just like, but why do I feel like I have to cover this on Soul Spa University? Well, it's because we provide all things your soul may need. And believe it or not, this thing that feels like it was invented from a nightmare and in hell has deeper meaning behind it, which I will share with you at the end of this podcast. We will not scare you in this. And yeah, I just thought, you know what, this is out there. It's sweeping the nation and the world anyway. Let me at least provide something good to deal for the people that have watched it or are thinking about watching it, to help heal their damn soul. And then what was interesting is a few days later, Tommy's friend Rob actually mentioned to him, because we love feedback and we love to know what should we cover. He actually mentioned Squid Games. He said, why don't you guys do Squid Games? Which was already scheduled for taping today. And I thought, there it is. There's confirmation. We can't back out of it now. Sometimes we think of things, I'm really into it, I back out of it, or things happen. Nope, that's a sign. We're on it. So guys, stay tuned. This is going to be a great episode where we cover a show that will be explained and is sweeping America by storm, as well as the world. You're right, the world. And Tommy's going to fill us in on many things as I try not to throw up. Now, remember, Tommy, we have an audience to keep in mind. This is Soul Spa University. We are covering this for the depth and dimension of the channel, as well as to heal their souls at the end, which I will do. There's a message in this show. So let's not get super graphic, if that's okay. Anyway, go ahead, take it from here, Tommy. And guys, please like and subscribe for the continuation of our channel. There's many more topics that are not this on the channel that is super interesting. Go ahead, Tommy, go ahead.
Okay, well, I am not an empath, but I enjoy violence. And that's what Squid Games is. Squid Games is an amazing show. If you haven't watched it, watch this show. It is so good. And the basis of Squid Game, first of all, Squid Game itself.
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm just going to interrupt one time before you take the floor. Just for my audience's sake, I don't know about if you should watch this show. I'm going to be really honest with my experience, which is I could barely get through the research of this, to the point where I literally, whenever a little clip was starting to play, I was like, oh God, no, and would stop it. So me knowing I wasn't going to watch it, read more about the entire thing and completion of it. So we're not saying to watch it, but if you're not, this is a safe place to find out about it without getting completely terrified. But go ahead, Tommy, go ahead.
So the basis of Squid Game is an actual kids game called Squid Game. And it's this weird looking box with a triangle on top. Looks like a little house, but they say it looks like a squid. I don't see it. And you're basically playing offense and defense. When you play offense, you're trying to get all the way to the circle. And it's a weird thing where you got to bounce on one foot until you get to the center and you have to run. But the guy in the middle can do whatever he wants to stop you. It's a kid's game, but it's very violent. So that's what Squid Games is.
I heard that it's like the court of the original Squid Game was in the shape of a squid.
But it kind of just looks like a house. When I looked at it, I'm like, it looks like a house.
Squid means something else there. Okay, go ahead.
So anyway, Squid Game is all these people that are down on their luck, that are either very much in debt or have no money at all. And they are approached by this man who says, listen, he has these two cards. One is blue and one is red. You pick. And it's basically, you put the one down, and the game is, if you could flip this thing by hitting it with the other card, by throwing it down and hitting it, I will give you 100,000 won. This is North Korea. I'm sorry. Oops. South Korea. Uh, and I'm not actually sure the price difference in what won are to here. I could tell you what the end prize is, but it's a lot to a little. So he, the main character, Sang Hyung, is heavily in debt. He was fired from his factory job, and he gambles too much. He owes money to bookies and all this other stuff. So he's like, all right, no problem. He throws it down, doesn't flip, and he's like, oh God, I don't have 100,000 won to give you. The guy's like, oh, no problem. That's not part of it. So the guy smacks him across the face as hard as he can. And so he's like, what the hell? And he goes, that's what I get. That's my victory. That's what I win. You get the money, I get that. So it goes on and on and on, him not flipping this thing, and he's just smacking him.
Okay, all right, okay.
So finally he gets it, and he flips it. And he's like, all right. And he goes to smack him. He's like, no, you wanted the money. And he goes, oh, yes, of course. So he gives him that 100,000, but he also gives him a card with a triangle, a square, and a circle on it, and a phone number. He said, call this if you want to actually, like a real game, to make real money. And of course, the guy's down his luck. And so he does. And he waits, and they come and pick him up in a van. When he gets in the van, he notices everybody's asleep. And the guy driving is wearing he's wearing a red suit with a mask on. I believe he had a triangle on his mask. And so he gets down, the guy presses a button, smoke comes down and knocks him out. So he wakes up on this island in a greenish blue, jumpsuit with the number 456 on it. So he looks around and everybody's numbered. So he's the last one. So it's 456 people. And they're like, we're going to play a game to make money. And so they drag him out, and there's all these people in other suits, all wearing red. And they have either triangles on their face, squares on their face, or circles on their face in black masks.
Ugh.
Yeah, and they all have guns, which should have been a indicator that, hey, maybe something's wrong.
Well, the whole thing is just wrong, you know?
It's not. It's great. So they drag him out.
Place, they're all dressed like Kim K in her Halloween costume or whatever you call that thing, with shapes on them. I mean, something's up.
So they take him out to this first thing, and it's like the huge.
If I had a dream like this, I'd be concerned, let alone real life. But go ahead.
Yeah.
This is not.
So they take him out to this thing, and it's a big like playground type thing with a humongous doll.
Oh God, I know. I've seen it. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
That thing actually exists. It's in an actual town in Korea.
Well, now it's like isn't it like just a thing in a mall in Montreal? I don't know. Go ahead. Just go. I don't know.
So they're like, okay, we're playing red light, green light.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And it starts off with these two guys like just talking to each other like, oh, I bet you this amount of money that I'll get there quicker than you. So they're like, yeah, so please. When they go back and forth. So they go, all right, begin. The thing's head turns and goes red light, green light. And I'm listening to this in the dubbed version, the American version, because I'm not going to sit there reading Korean, reading English. Well, they speak Korean all the time. So the guy takes off, and as
Be
soon as he says,
careful. Don't be too graphic.
"All right," well, he takes off running.
I know.
So as soon as it turns around, he trips, and you hear like a quick boom, quick gunfire, and he falls forward, and like the other guy's laughing. He's like,
Oh God, I hate this. Oh God. Okay, go ahead. Oh God.
so
Okay.
like when it turns around again, he goes to look at look at him, and he goes, "Come on, man, get up. You're out. I win." And then he notices that the guy's eyes are open, and there's
Oh,
like blood.
okay, okay, all right. Whoa, all right. Come on. Okay, Tommy.
Okay, well, he notices the guy's gone. The guy's dead. So then he freaks out.
Yeah, Tommy.
He turns around and he starts running. And the thing turns around after it says,
Worry about the audience right now, but go ahead.
and so he freaks out, and then he gets taken out. And then all of a sudden, people realize what's going on, and everybody starts panicking, and like a bunch of people start running, and then it gets really graphic.
Now question. That's where people start panicking.
Because nobody knew what the hell was going on.
Like prior to this, wasn't there violence in the red light, green light, or?
They didn't know what the hell that was. They heard the sound. It was a gunshot, obviously, but they didn't know what it was. They just thought whatever. And the guy fell forward. They thought maybe he just fell.
No,
So
but that. Oh, so this is the red light, green light game right now.
This is
Okay.
still the red light, green light.
Before that game, what was it though?
This is the first game.
Oh, shock factors. I
Yeah.
keep thinking throughout this whole thing you're describing, like they're really good at the shock factor, really
Yeah.
good at the shock factor. Okay.
So they all start panicking and forget about the game. And that's when half of them, there's 456, half of them are taken out.
Okay. Good. Better wording than before. Thank you. Okay.
So I'm not going to ruin much. I'm just telling you guys about the first game as to what happens. You know, they get through the game, blah, blah, blah. And then they get inside and they tell them, each of you, like they see the thing, and they said, each of you are worth 100. I'm sorry, each of you are worth 1,000,000 won. So every time one's taken out, that's put into a pile. So big piggy bank, clear piggy bank comes out from the ceiling, and the amount of people that were taken out, their money goes into it to show them this is just part of the prize. And then they all freak out, and they're like, "No, we want out of here." And they said, if the majority of you agree to a vote that you want to leave, then we will let you go. So it comes down to the old man, number one. This old man who later on whatever. So he's the deciding vote. Everybody, it's half each, and he decides, end the game.
He says to end it.
Yeah, he presses. They give him a big thing with an X button to quit, or a triangle button to continue. Green triangle buttons continue.
Mm-hmm.
So they all quit. They decide to quit in the end, and then they ship them all home.
Okay.
And so that's pretty much the first episode. And at the end of the episode, they all start realizing, it's like, wow, that was a lot of money. Maybe we should go back.
Oh my God, risking their lives.
So they basically all individually start going back, to the point where they all, except for like maybe a couple, all went back to play the rest of the Squid Games. So that's
interesting, because I wonder what they were told to begin with to get into this. You know what I mean? Like, how did they not have any idea? I mean, obviously the guy that was getting hit has some idea that there's going to be violence. You know what I mean? But I wonder about the rest of them, how they got.
They all have, that was the problem. All of them had like crippling debt. And so it was to the point where they couldn't survive without money. And they never said anything. They never told them anything. They just told them, we're going to play a game.
Mm-hmm.
So until after they started getting killed, no one knew what the hell was going on.
You
But
know,
this,
and
this
I wonder how this isn't compared to Saw, the Saw movies, because I saw in the what I've been reading, it's been compared to with Hostel a lot, which I did see Hostel. Jay Hernandez can't not see it. But I saw all the Saw movies as well. This sounds like a Saw, like a game version of Saw, like a creative way of like killing people, and they're all in a game, and something about they're all involved, and are they going to sacrifice each other, and you know
I guess, but the difference between Saw and this is that they were all kidnapped in Saw, and they were all, it was just really sick things. This one, it's just they're telling them, you win, and you win your money, and you go. That's it. There's no prisoners.
Mhm.
So
you
this
know
thing was
Mhm.
amazing, amazing.
Amazing.
I really enjoyed it.
Now, can you tell me, now that you're saying this, I would love to know what's amazing about it, but also I did want to share what the most sickening part of it I read was, which it won't terrify people. It's just what I found sick. And that's my deciding factor in not watching it, by the way. And yeah, but go ahead. What do you
All right.
find amazing about this? I mean,
Well,
I'm not judging. I am not. I'm curious about.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. So yeah, this show took 10 years to make.
Yes.
It was written back in 2008, and Netflix finally picked it up.
What is going on with 2008? But go ahead.
So Netflix finally picked it up, and yeah, it's first of all, also the grand prize of it is 45.6 million won, or billion won. I think it's billion. I think it's billion, which transfers over to $38.5 million
Mhm.
American.
Yeah.
They actually did, and it wasn't CGI. It was they got a massive cast of the actual players themselves, 456 people. So it was huge. It was an actual cast of that many people.
Well, a lot of people want to be actors, actors. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
They were all men, right?
No, it was a mix of men and women.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, this show was it's so good, so good. Yeah, a lot of violence. The games are, the first one is red light, green light. The second one is honeycomb, which is awesome. It's basically a sugar cookie with a shape in it, and you have a certain amount of time to get the shape out without breaking it. If you break the shape, you're eliminated.
Is that the thing that you have to suck on to get the shape?
Well, yeah, if you get the shape out, if any way you can to get that shape out without cracking it, is what you do.
Oh, that's right. Did they started out doing this with tools and then they realized they just suck on it?
Yeah, with the needle. Oh, yeah, with the needle.
They started out doing that, but then all you do is lick it and it emerges.
Well, that was the main character who decided that made more sense, and then they all start copying him.
Mhm.
So the second game is that
Apparently that's a really well-known candy for kids in the area.
it's just sugar. It's just sugar cookie.
And
Not even sugar cookie. It's sugar.
that's what I was gonna say. It's not a sugar cookie. So it's a well-known candy in the area of, yeah, that's what I read. And that kids actually know exactly how to do this, but on the show, because it was adults in the movie.
Oh no, it's a straight up sugar cracker. They show you how, like you could look on. Everybody shows you how to make it. You basically boil sugar until it becomes brown, and you flatten it out, and that's literally what it is.
Anyway, so what I read is kids know exactly how to do this, but because these people are adults, they had no idea in the show.
Agreed. Yes. The third game is tug of war. But the tug of war is taking place on a huge platform, and you're all handcuffed, like you're all chained to the actual rope. So when things go
Oh my
wrong,
God.
this thing comes down, cuts the rope, and that's that. Then the next one is marbles, where you pick a person, and you play to get their marbles from them. And the one with no marbles again obviously loses. Then glass steps, which they're high up, and it's just these two glass steps, and you pick a number, which one you want to go. And One of them is regular glass, and the other one is tempered glass that can hold weight. So you choose which one do you want to jump on first until you get to the end. So if you obviously pick the regular glass, you plummet.
Oh,
Yeah, this game is
like,
so good. And
dude, it's like made from hell or a nightmare.
yeah, it really is great. So
Oh my God. So the worst part that I read, the worst part for me that I decided I can't watch this is that I read that, oh my God, bear with me. It's really bad. I read that like, and just give me a second to really like even say this, that that they would invite like higher up people that are pretty rich, like, and that it was like their form of entertainment to like watch these people creatively die.
yes, those were the VIPs.
Yeah, so that to me, once I felt the feelings of that, I was like, oh my God, I just could, oh my God, I just want to throw up. I just can't. Oh, all right. So do I take people to a good soul place yet?
No, we're not done. So and the final game itself is Squid Game.
Okay.
This game, I mean, this show so far for Netflix has grossed $900 million.
Hugely popular. And that's what's fascinating to me about it. I wonder what's so fascinating about this. That's what I want to know.
Because it's like it's ridiculous. It's like, first of all, also with you had it right with the VIPs, they're all billionaires and they go there to bet on them the last two games. And the billionaires was probably the worst part about the whole show because the acting for the billionaires is like,
Really?
it is rough.
Okay.
Rock. Uh, um, so like it's oh my God. Yeah. I understand you don't like the violence and everything. I really do recommend watching it though.
I'm good on like destroying my life, but keep going.
But I'm not gonna break it down. I'm not gonna spoil it, but at the end they decide, hey, something's gonna happen here, and which basically gives you a precursor that they're doing a season 2, which they are.
I read otherwise.
No. They're 100% making a season 2.
No, I actually read that he's like, I guess it's something to think about, but he's just not ready for it yet because this took a lot out of him, which makes complete sense. Oh my God.
Yeah,
And he's like just being like positive to the audience right now that like, yeah, maybe. He basically said if these factors came into line, I would think about it in the future. He's just being positive for them right now because he could tell that they really want it. But at first he's like, just give it a rest a second. This took over like my decade or something.
yeah, I heard that too. But then I also heard that Netflix, like after hearing that, they're throwing so much money at this guy that he has to do it.
So
And he's
now
getting all the
he trapped himself
pressure.
in his own Squid Game, except it's way better.
He's getting so much pressure from like all the whatever Hollywood is down there to do it. And all the actors in this movie, man, um, they're even the old man. Like this, the old man number one was saying that after this came out, and he only did this like because he's an old man, so he doesn't want to do like crazy work. But he is getting inundated with requests to be in all these different movies, not just movies from down there, movies here in America. Like all of them are getting like just every last one of them that were actually like the main-ish characters are being told like being thrown roles to be like, come and do this, please come and do this. So
Okay.
that's amazing.
Well, that's nice for them, you know,
Yeah.
'cause they did had to emerge they had to merge their energies. Oh, that whole thing. That's good.
It's good though. It's not as well.
Yeah.
There are a few bloody parts, but like it's not as bad as you would think.
I think as an empath, it's a lot. I mean, I don't know. I used to be able to watch this kind of thing.
It like I if you have not watched it and you're not you're not queasy or get affected very much by horror movies and everything. I really do recommend watching it. They say to watch it in the Korean with the subtitles for English. If you can do that, go ahead. I personally don't have the patience, so I watch the dubbed version.
Well, I don't think it's even under the genre of horror, is it? Like, wouldn't it be under like?
I don't know. It's not. They like literally. It's still on the main page of Netflix. As soon as you go on, you don't have to look for genres. It's right there waiting on you.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely creative and sick, but go ahead.
um, I mean, there's not much. There's like little theories to it though. That's awesome because the guys, like I said, when they wake up, they're wearing green, like greenish blue, and the other guys are wearing red. So
Mhm.
they're saying there's a theory that whatever card in that first thing that I remember I told you he flips it. If he hits it and he flips it, he gets 100,000 won. There's a theory saying that if you pick red instead of blue, you wake up as one of the guards
Mhm.
instead of one of the players.
Mhm.
And there's other theories
Guards
like,
wearing red?
yeah,
I thought they were wearing black.
no, guards are wearing red.
Okay, but with black masks.
Yeah, the black mask with the shape on it.
Yeah.
So that's one theory. I mean, except for the fact that they have to kill people. I mean, it's like, what's the upside of being a guard?
That wouldn't be an upside. All right. Well,
No, well, that's not what I meant. I'm sorry, people. That's not what I meant. I'm like,
yeah,
why would you be a guard? Where's like,
maybe they get some sort of trickle of something. Now, yeah, well, that would make sense for the sequel, actually, if there is a sequel
yeah.
from that.
So I hope there's a sequel. I'm not sure how they're gonna do it. I really feel bad for all the 455 people that got killed because it's like, what we we could have made so much more money if we lived and we're in a sequel.
Well, who knows? Some of them maybe didn't completely get killed and they'll be in the sequel. And it's interesting like that. And also, like I said, like maybe the sequel will be from the guards' point of view, where they picked red.
Maybe, but the people definitely did get killed because once they're die in the game, even if they're whatever, they're put in a casket and they're put into a furnace. Their body's put into
I'm
a
sure
furnace.
there's some that weren't. But that is fucking, oh, sorry, that's horrific. I really wish you never said that on my channel right now. All right, are you done? You freak. Are you done?
I'm just explaining Squid Game.
Okay.
It's a good show. It's very like there is scary parts. If so, I'm telling you right now, if you get scared easily, avoid it.
Yeah, you're gonna be a good Samaritan. Ignore him, guys.
But it's a very good show,
Yeah,
people.
you good.
I enjoy
Okay,
it.
my turn. Goodbye then. All right. So the only good that could come out of this is that you wake up, you're in a reality that is not this. Okay. Also, I mean, really, let's feel the contrast of not being in it. Oh my God, the relief. Yes, thank God. Also, um, the director actually said that one of the deeper meanings of this entire series is for humanity itself to question who's really running the show and why, who invented the game and why. And obviously everyone could be super literal and apply it just to the series, but I feel that as a deeper meaning we should all be asking that in everyday life. We're programmed to do many, many things. Obviously, this director is highly intelligent to have unfortunately made this, but also to have a deep meaning like that. Some people are really intelligent and have really deep meanings and they just can't just blatantly say it because maybe they'll get shut down. Also, some people express it through various forms of art that they enjoy. In his case, it's this. So I think many successful artists are very highly intelligent, especially directors. And yeah, apparently that is the deeper meaning of the show. For us to all really question who's running the show and why, who invented this game.
Yeah, I mean,
I knew you weren't going to let that happen. Go ahead, Thomas.
oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were done.
Never, never, but go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just like, I mean, yeah, all these VIPs in the show are billionaires. So the super rich, I mean, could you imagine that this, like, for entertainment, they do kind of crazy stuff like this?
That's what really messed me up. So back to a good soul spot before we wrap up. Anything else you want to say on this?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Great show.
Okay. So yes, guys. So yeah, to take the good of, this show is obviously highly successful for a reason. I'm fascinated as to why. I'm not downing it and I'm not judging it whatsoever. I'm just highly fascinated. However, let's take the momentum and the energy of the success of the show, for those of us that either watched it or are not going to watch it, whichever is fine, or just curious about it, and use it for the good of our own souls, which is constantly question who's really running this show and why. The way to apply this in your everyday lives is, what are your everyday actions? What are you doing? And why are you doing them? Does it really make your soul feel good when you do these things? Or is it for the approval of other people that you yourself may not even like that much? Or the approval of other people in which you think that those people's approval is what's going to do something for your own self-worth. This is a good lesson to create your own self-worth from within, have good self-love from within, and do things that your soul enjoys. A good exercise to do would be to kind of pretend it's your last day on earth. Look back on your life. What do you regret spending time doing? And what would you have rather wanted to do more of in life? And try to incorporate that in your life starting now. Live the rest of your life with open eyes, as if you've been given a whole new chance. And for the rest of your days, try to integrate what your soul actually enjoys as much as you possibly can, and learn from this renewal to spend less and less time doing what you don't enjoy. And for that, I hope that this video has done some sort of healing for everybody. And thank you, everybody. If anyone's interested in this session, please contact me at soulspyuniversity@gmail.com. If anyone's interested in being on the show and sharing any content or anything like that, please contact me at the same email. And if anybody would like to participate in the comments, this is an open discussion. What else would you like to hear about? What else would you like to see about? Anything else? That'd be amazing. Please like and subscribe, and please share. That would be amazing for our channel. And please, God bless you all.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thank you, Tommy.